welcome into Extra Time. Alexis alongside Kasey and Craig. Do we still have Frank with us? I believe we do.
Ever since Sebi had a meltdown, everybody mentioned short sheets now.
Yeah, because now everyone
Look at me not having a meltdown. Look at me.
You guys brought it up first.
Look how I handle this very stressful situation.
Short sheets can be stressful when they're not in order.
Yeah, I know. Well, what do you want? We'll hire somebody that comes down and puts them in order for you.
That's above my
Or
pay grade.
get here earlier.
I do.
Or prepare properly.
I do.
Like Kasey and me.
You guys are analysts. You don't even look. Craig doesn't even have one shot sheet. That's just how good he is.
Hey, short sheets are in there. Sponge.
A wealth of experience.
Sponge.
Wealth of experience.
You know what in there?
What?
Brain.
Brain.
Not
Brain.
much.
Not much, but there's something
Just enough.
there. All right, let's get to the first question. It's for Craig. Craig, the one time that Cristiano Ronaldo didn't play and Portugal scored 9. Coincidence?
No coincidence. They were playing Armenia and Ronaldo would probably have scored a hat-trick.
Yeah.
But he'd have been gutted
Oh, to not have at least 2 penalties.
to not play in that game because
For
that
sure.
would have given his
Oh,
numbers.
he would have padded it.
His
Yeah.
numbers are fantastic anyway.
Yeah, there's no.
But
yeah.
that would just have taken his numbers.
Through the
So
roof.
yeah,
Yeah.
he'd have been okay.
Yeah. All right, next question is for Kasey. Kasey, apart from Messi in 2018, have you ever seen a player single-handedly carry their nation to the World Cup like Erling Haaland? Could Troy Parrott do the same in 4 months for the Republic of Ireland?
Well, I mean, Troy Parrott's got to be very happy to be
Yeah.
mentioned in the same
Yeah.
category as the
don't
two
even know. Let's see.
aforementioned. But look, I think it doesn't matter who you're playing against. For your country, when you have an opportunity to shine, you talked about it. 5 goals in 2 matches to give themselves to give Ireland an opportunity to go to a World Cup. You can't imagine that happening as a player, that you're able to do that against the likes of Portugal and Hungary away. So, yeah, give Parrott a ton of credit. And if he can now pop a couple more in the playoffs and actually when it matters, brilliant.
I think that's a little unfair on the rest of the Norway team.
Oh, yeah.
Because Haaland,
Yeah, he did score 16, but
he did. But he's been part of a Norway team before that has failed miserably.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
So
Yes.
they have given him a better platform
100%.
to do what he does best. So he's been around for quite some time since he's been a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how good he's been.
And I think it's similar with Messi. That Messi needed to win it a supporting cast
Of
that
hard-working players
yes,
that were
can-
at a decent level,
Correct.
which they had.
Yeah.
The Rodrigo de Pauls and the Enzo and all these guys
Yeah.
that really grab. And so for Erling
Lautaro
Haaland, it's the same.
Martinez, yeah.
Troy Parrott's slightly different. The Irish are, they are what they are. They're a little bit limited. His is a sort of, shot
Fairy
to stardom
tale.
story in the
Yeah,
last week.
yeah, that's crazy.
Erling Haaland has been about the Norway team for quite a few years, and he's just not had a good enough supporting cast. Now he has, and that's given him the chance to just absolutely flourish and continue to flourish.
Frank's been a little quiet. Frank, you want to weigh in on this with your Republic of Ireland knowledge?
Not that much, but I'm very happy to see them, going like that. I mean, it's always crazy when you score the last second of the last game, and you can go to the playoffs and maybe dream about something special. I mean, that's why we love football, because the uncertainty brings something into your core, and it's why we love that. We are not robots, we are human beings, and somebody suddenly makes something miraculous, and it's just amazing.
Frank, you seem to have disappeared halfway through the normal show, didn't you? The regular
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
No, I was listening to you. I didn't disappear. It's just the host of the show. You don't want to ask me anything.
I was told not to bring Frank in when we were doing African qualifiers.
Well, that was my point. My point. That's the point I was going to get to. Was I'd have been long gone.
Yeah.
There's no way. I want extra
it's
time.
always-
Extra time. You want to stay in for extra time? You
No,
can stick
yeah,
it where
yeah.
the sun doesn't shine.
but it's always-
It's
always a special treat.
I'm not sitting listening to that guff for half an hour, whether it's me or anybody
You're
else.
such a pro, Frank.
In the
Such a
dark,
pro.
listening, going,
Yeah.
they're still piping on about the Democratic Republic of Congo and the penalties, and I got to wait an extra time. No chance.
Well,
because you don't love each other, the other ones. You know, it was a special treat to see Kasey and yourself, you know, talking about the bad karma of Gattuso.
Exactly.
Oh, Frank, you know if it were up to me, I'd have you in every segment.
I know that.
I know. Craig's romance is gone. Were you ever romantic?
Sorry?
Back in the day? Did you ever have a heart?
Your job's to ask questions.
Next question. That is a question.
Yeah, but a proper
You're
question.
not a shrink. You're not a shrink. It's too late for Craig.
Oh, it's too late. But one day we're going to warm the cockerels of his heart.
Well, maybe.
You struggled to get that.
One day.
Yeah.
No, it's just my accent.
You warmed something. I don't know where it was.
All right, next question. Should Marcus Rashford drop for Raphinha, or should he play as a number 9 instead of Lewandowski? I suppose at the rate he's going.
Oh, wow.
Or Torres. Ferran.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think personally, I wasn't sure how Rashford was going to fit in Barcelona, and you know, with injuries, with you know, kind of the younger crew that they have because of obviously their transfer issues. I think he's done brilliant.
Yeah.
And he's also not the focal point. At Man U there for a couple of years, he was such a focal point, and it was either he had to perform or there was issues. Where now he can just go and be a you know, complementary to other players, but he has contributed very well in that wide position. I think if he, for whatever reason, if Lewandowski gets injured again I think he could play centrally on occasion, but I wouldn't take him out of that wide left. I think he's done great.
What do Barca do
Yeah,
when
but-
Raphinha comes
But
back?
Raphinha,
Frank?
yeah.
Yeah, but
Frank,
Raphinha, if Raphinha comes back to its best, there is no competition.
Correct.
Raphinha is
Yeah.
going to get his position, and unfortunately for Rashford, it's going to be hard, unless, as you say, Kasey, Lewandowski get injured and Torres maybe get injured, then maybe he will have a chance to play. But that wasn't the deal. The deal at the time was, in case of injury, Rashford will have some chances. Luckily for him, Raphinha got injured, so he had to show his talent, and he did well. And I agree with you, Kasey. He has been brilliant, but if everything goes back to normal, I don't see any room open to Marcus Rashford.
Craig, no room for Rashford?
Well, Hansi Flick's under a bit of early season pressure, particularly with the way they've defended, which is not an issue per se for the front line. Although you could say that, you know, the pressing starts from the front. Two things have fallen in Rashford's lap: the move and the Raphinha injury. Now, as Kasey said, he has pretty much taken advantage.
Yeah.
He has contributed, he's looked dangerous, he's scored goals, and he's been really pacey on that left-hand side. But if you're a manager who has just had the season out of Raphinha that he had last year, then you have to figure that he's going to find a way to get him up to match sharpness and get him back in the team. And that's probably going to mean that, you know, Marcus Rashford is going to have to sit out. Now, talking about dropping him for Robert Lewandowski, didn't Lewandowski just get back in the team before the international break and score some goals and prove that he is still that penalty box striker and can be? So, you know, I think when everybody's fit, Marcus Rashford will probably find himself back playing as a squad player.
But they don't have the biggest squad, and they're going to have a bunch of matches, so he'll still feature.
Yeah.
He'll still feature.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Is this season the most competitive in recent memory? Other than Arsenal and Wolves, the rest could beat one another on the day, as there are more than 2 clubs fighting for each place.
Well, I think you're looking at, you know, I think the slow start that Man City had. Now they seem to be in form. Now Liverpool have seemed to have dropped off. I'd be interested to see what happens with Arsenal if this Gabriel injury maybe is a little worse, and you know.
I don't think the timing of this question is perfect. Bearing in mind Arsenal's game before the international break, they dropped points from a winning position against a promoted team in Sunderland, who have done well. So I don't think their dominance of English football is to be anointed just yet. I mean, they've had a good start and they have looked the best team. They've looked the strongest team in every department, that has to be said. But there are still some areas there that it's not perfect. So I get what they're saying with Wolves, because they're obviously struggling at the moment. They've just hired a new manager in Rob Edwards. But from Arsenal's perspective, they really, until they prove they can be the team that doesn't finish second and wins the league, the question mark is still going to be there, particularly with City, and we'll see what happens with Liverpool, whether they can put a gallop on or not. Go on, Frank.
I think Chelsea are hanging in there, Frank.
Yeah, no, Alexis, what I see behind that question is because they talk about the most competitive in recent memory. It says a lot about the level also of the football, where I barely saw, except last season and this season, an average kind of level of most teams, where before you are like 6-7 teams above everybody fighting for the competition and winning the title, and as Tinker Taylor Marin as alluding, is the fact that everybody is quite of average and cannot find his consistency that we always talk about. And even Arsenal, as Clay mentioned, they had a draw away from home, but against a very good Sunderland. But where those teams, they really stand. That's my concern. I saw Paris Saint-Germain against Bayern Munich. I was wondering if the Bundesliga was that average or not. I saw fantastic Bayern Munich. So we can say Bayern Munich, maybe Paris Saint-Germain. But where stand Arsenal in the Champions League? We very soon will know. But I'm still asking that question. I'm still wondering, because that's not a very good sign to see all those teams not being able to cope with some other team who are so-called less good than the others.
I love taking questions apart. It's one of my pastime hobbies.
Mm-hmm. Like a professor.
No, I just like ripping them to shreds, really. I mean, it's in the question here saying anybody can beat anybody other than Arsenal and Wolves by that insinuation, but Liverpool did beat Arsenal early in the season, and then they've dropped points at Sunderland. So there's no perfection here. So the question is I think aiming at, is there anybody that Arsenal are just going to steamroll the rest of the league? Well, they've just dropped points and they lost against a Liverpool team, albeit it took a Szoboszlai great free kick in a game at Anfield. But Liverpool have struggled this season, and Arsenal lost to them. So yeah, it's not just the others that can beat each other. Arsenal can be beaten as well, as they have been this season.
Yep.
Okay, so next question. To pick apart.
Better questions, please.
All right, better questions. Let's see if the next one's better. But it's actually for Kasey.
How many people do you think just think I wish they'd just, I don't know, shoot him? Like I'm annoyed. They just annoy people.
I mean, there's quite a few of those. But the next question is for Kasey. Kasey, Gio plays poorly for club, but always brings it for the national team. Is he the James Rodriguez of the USA?
Well, I think part of the issue is I think I just want to see Gio stay fit.
Yeah.
And I think if Gio stays fit, I think he will prove himself at Gladbach and be a regular player as a regular starter as the season progresses. And then yes, then I hope this isn't a question. Then I hope it is a situation. But I think there is some validity to it right now in that James somehow is able to perform for Colombia, but can't do it week in and week out at club side. So yeah, I want the best of both worlds. Of course, I want him to play well for the national team because I want the national team to do well. But as a former Gladbach player, I clearly want him to dominate for Gladbach as well.
Is that a better question?
Yes.
All right, well, the next one's for you.
Oh, yeah, hopefully it's
Craig,
about Scotland.
If you're Troy Parrott's agent, are you looking to flog him to a Premier League club in January, or would you let him continue his development in the Netherlands?
He's playing for AZ
Alkmaar.
AZ Alkmaar, isn't he? Obviously, I don't know how often he's playing or how well he's playing, but yeah, no, I don't think anybody's going to buy anybody off the back of
a couple matches in qualifying.
Unless you're James Rodriguez, scoring a couple who just pitches up at a World Cup and does some brilliant things, and then people
or a Copa America or anything.
He's still at Rayo Vallecano, not getting a game. I don't know if he's.
No, I don't think so.
He's not.
No, I think he's made 2 moves since then.
Yeah, let him enjoy his moment. But yeah, if this kind of stuff continues, and you know, when you're playing at international football, you do get obviously you're playing in bigger stages or supposed bigger stages, and then you go to a World Cup, potentially, like Ireland could, and you're on another platform. I mean, I know players that went to a European Championship on free transfers, or they were on a free transfer at the time, or a Bosman, call it what you like, and that became a platform for them. Now that can go either way.
Yeah.
You know, it can go well or it can go badly. But yeah, obviously, I
don't think teams are recruiting as much as they used to out of international matches.
No.
And I think they are seeing more of kind of what are they doing for club? What are they doing now? Like you said, I think if a player is circumstantial that they're out of contract and they're like, hey, let's see how fit he is. Let's see what he's doing. And then the only matches in competitive matches you can watch him in happens to be an international match. And they'll go,
Kasey, let's say that nobody knows Erling Haaland and you watch him and he plays for a club in Norway and you see him scoring with Norway. I think now people will be pushing all the door of his parents' house or agent's house to make sure he can sign for any club, because he proved during those qualifications that he's somebody special. So yeah, for Parrott it's maybe too early, but for team players like let's say Haaland will not be known. Yeah, people will be pushing to get him.
Because I think just to go on the transfer stuff, I think to Kasey's point, the international thing is like a little bonus. Because I think what a lot of clubs are doing now, obviously, some more than others, they're using not just their scouting department, but they're using the data. But the data analysis, they're taking it from your club, from your week to week, your 3 games a week or whatever it is you're playing, 2 to 3 games a week. They're taking all that data from that, how many minutes you play, how many injuries you've had, how many assists, how productive you've, all that sort of stuff. They can get that in the press of a few buttons, and that's where they're dragging these players most of their information from. And then they're obviously watching with the eye test as well. When it gets to the international football, that's a kind of sideshow, but it's not something that's never looked at.
Correct.
But it's particularly in this day and age where you take a lot of these clubs and they're looking on the computer about what you can do. It's not just about sending the scout to the stadium and say, oh yeah, I saw Troy Parrott 4 times and he's a good player. Those days have pretty much gone now.
Are gone. All right, well, final question now, and this one's for Frank. Frank, who's your favorite singer?
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow. That's a strange question, because if I name some French people, you won't know them.
Well, they don't have to be French.
Who sang that song, Je le Taxi?
That was Vanessa Paradis.
Melissa Paradis.
She was
Do you
first
remember you're too young for that?
English chart. She was first in the English chart.
Yeah.
Je le taxi, il va pas partout. That was a horrible song, but
like
the English loved it.
Wow.
But I'm a big fan of Frank Sinatra. I'm a big fan. Whose song? I'm the first, the last, my everything, with that very low voice. I forgot his name. You're the first, you're the last, my everything. Come on, everybody knows that.
Michael Bublé.
Barry White?
Come on. Barry White. Thank you very much, Alexis. I'm a big fan of Barry White as well. Of course, Michael Jackson. I'm just with my wife. We're just waiting for the movie to come out in France because we want to see it. Because he's a legend. He's a real legend. Yeah. And Bob Marley. Just to name you,
well done.
Big fan. I play with his son. I play soccer with his son.
Oh, which one? He's got a few.
There's a team there you could have played against.
I played with Ziggy with Hollywood United. We played against David Beckham. I played alongside him in the midfield. And we lost. I think we lost big time. But it was fun.
All right, there you go. Well, that's it. Those are Frank's favorite singers. Craig doesn't like music, and we'll get into Kasey.
I'm a little bit at the moment. I'm enjoying at the moment the Foo Fighters.
Nice.
Just now.
I like Dave Grohl.
It's a bit of a blast from the past.
Good, I like it. What?
Blast from the past. They're still playing.
I mean, I know, but like
they've just got a new drummer. Dave Grohl, that man can do everything. Drum, guitar.
100%. Well, the first album he played every.
You know who Dave Grohl is?
Yes,
was the drummer from Nirvana.
Yeah, I do know. I do know Foo Fighters.
Kurt Cobain obviously passed away, and he formed the Foo Fighters. Not everybody's cup of tea, but they can.
I know the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not necessarily number one on my playlist. I played a lot
What
in
about the
Jamaica.
Goo Goo Dolls?
Yeah,
No.
I do love the Goo Goo Dolls. Iris, right?
Iris.
What a banger! What a banger! I think I was like in fourth
Who's the
grade
lead
when that
singer?
came out. Wait, give me. What's his first name?
Johnny.
Okay, no, I don't know.
Johnny
He had
Reyna.
great hair though. He had those
Not
little
into
side
music that
curtains.
much.
All right, well, we're gonna wrap things up here. Now we know that Craig does like music as well. He likes something. Well, we'll be back on
yeah,
ESPN
pick on
FC
me
tomorrow. Craig, you back tomorrow?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
For the big Scotland game.
Oh yes,
There you
he
go.
will be.
Had to be.